Hello and welcome! Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, or whatever is not offensive in 2021. Happy December and happy beginning of winter for us in the Northern Hemisphere. It's been a while since I've had the pleasure of playing a naval warfare simulator because, well, the market's a bit lacking to say the least. Back in the SNES and Sega Genesis days, there was a lot more options for these types of games. Anyway, today we're talking about Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It's a naval warfare simulator and shipbuilder developed by Game Labs and published by Game Labs. They've done other titles in the genre, including Ultimate General and Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail. Now, this game is in early access, so keep that in mind, so all of my complaints may or may not be resolved, and I really hope that they do resolve them because this game has a massive potential. But is it worth it for $35? Well, stick around and I'll give you a brief overview of what the game is like in its current state, and what I thought they did well, and what I feel needs work. So, stick around. In Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, you have a few, and I mean a few, game options. Campaign, Custom Battle, and Naval Academy. There's also very limited graphical options, and you can't bind your keys as of right now, so that's kind of frustrating. First off, let's jump into the Naval Academy. You go through various scenarios designed to teach you the fundamentals of naval combat. Your tactics will depend largely on the design of your ships and vice versa. There are actually a ton of these, which is great because the combat can be tricky for a first-time player. They teach you the basics of movement, torpedo targeting, and pit you against ships with strengths and weaknesses you must overcome, teaching you tactics in the process. Before each scenario, you will design or build a ship that fits specific requirements, and then utilize that ship to achieve victory. And that's where the meat and the potatoes of this game comes in, the shipbuilding and design. This is my favorite part of the game as it's pretty extensive. Everything from fore armor and aft armor thickness to radio communication arrays and bigger guns. Seriously, I'm only into the 1920 campaign, but it's so satisfying to put 16-inch guns on your dreadnoughts. You get all different types of ships to choose from, battleships to early torpedo boats, and you fit them all accordingly within the confines of a weight limit. Should you sacrifice some speed and crew size for those extra 7-inch side guns, or limit the range of your battleships to coastal defense ships with insane armaments? The choice is yours, but as of right now the campaign is so lacking it doesn't really matter about the range. I never made long-range ships and I always beat the Germans as the Brits. It's really easy to just build monstrous ships that just stay near the coast and you kill off all the enemy ships. Now the campaign, as I've said, is lacking to say the least. When you've starved the enemy enough financially, they offer a treaty, and even if you disagree and choose to keep fighting, it just ends anyway. It's kind of a joke. The finance system needs heavy tweaking, as it's not intuitive at all. The UI in general is trash for everything but the shipbuilding. The little events log on the bottom you can't expand, so you can't scroll down and see what it's saying. If you can, I don't know how. Most of the research tabs don't work and are a work in progress. And there is no shift-click option to put ships in port, forcing you to manually assign each ship to each port, which is a huge pain in the ass. The combat for the most part is engaging and fun, but there are issues. The main gripe I have is the clunky control system, and the group orders are a mess. Also, the AI for your ships is absolutely atrocious. They literally crash into each other over and over, resulting in damages. They can even sink your ships. When firing the torpedoes, you can't manually control them, so the computer will fire them at the dumbest possible moment no matter what you do unless you turn them all off, and manually turn them on, and you have to turn them on to normal mode after you've gotten into a correct position to actually hit them. But when the computer shoots at you, it's dead to rights every single time. They actually shoot in a smart trajectory that will hit you, and it's actually difficult to evade them. Also, the computer does the same shit over and over. They shoot at you, then run away, or they'll mirror your every single move. You turn left, they turn left. It becomes incredibly boring at times, especially the light cruiser versus heavy cruiser duels. I found myself auto-resolving these every time. They legit do the same shit every time. They shoot at you and then you give chase the entire battle. It's incredibly boring. There's also a custom game mode featuring all the main naval superpowers of the era, and you can pick and choose your ships and design them accordingly all the way until 1940. Each country has their own designs for each time period. Overall, UA Dreadnoughts is incredibly fun, but it's also incredibly frustrating given the clunky UI, terrible AI, clunky grouping orders, and the cowardly French Navy that you always seem to chase after. And sometimes if you get tired of this and withdraw, it counts as a defeat. I mean, come on. Oh, also, sometimes they take away your ability to change the speed, which is incredibly annoying given the fact that most of the fights are you giving chase. There's also the lacking campaign, no submarines, and no aircraft carriers that really puts a damper on me recommending this. There aren't any visible crew members as well, which is rather immersion breaking, but there are lifeboats, for whatever reason. Hopefully we get to see crew members in the future. The research screen is awful. Give me some time and dates of when things will be done, like Hearts of Iron does. So many minor issues and large ones here. Ships stop suddenly for no reason, even though it says they're moving at 20 knots. AI will literally crash into each other. Overall, it's pretty damn messy. As of right now, no way is this game worth $35. Despite me playing it for 60 hours and mostly having fun, I can't justify recommending this for the price tag in its current state. But imagine the potential here if they figure this out. Massive naval battles with carriers and battleships, sneak attack submissions on enemy ports, destabilizing the economy. There's so many places they could go with this. I'd love to see an overall trade system in goods that you can control and that you have to protect to keep your economy strong. There's so much potential here, but as of right now, wait on it. Until it's further along, there simply isn't much here unless you're starved for naval games like myself. Now again, this is only early access, so much can be improved, a lot's going to change, but as of right now, I just wanted to give you a basic overview of the game. When the full release comes out, I'll cover in a lot more depth with a lot more detail and go over all the intricacies of the game, but as of right now, I just wanted to give you a general overview. Well, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and thanks for stopping by. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you in the next one.